Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Off-Road Buggy. This is set number 31123. It has 160 pieces and I paid $15 for this set. As you can see, we have the off-road buggy here, and what looks like green and yellow to me. We also have like a what would I call that? A front loader, a skid loader, some kind of more construction type build there, and then this one is described as like an ATV vehicle here, which is a little redundant, an all-terrain vehicle. But in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put the main model together and then give my thoughts on it. Just right out of the gate, my first opinion on this is that I just did a couple videos about the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Super Robot, which had 159 pieces and was $10. And I've done some other Creator 3-in-1s that have either more or less pieces in this at different price points. I think this might fit in alongside of the vintage motorcycle set in some ways. That one did have the really good wheels that I liked. I'm not sure about these, but we'll take a look. So I'm going to open this up and put this together, and while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I will slow it back down to review this main model. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so that is this Lego Creator 3-in-1 Off-Road Buggy. 160 pieces, $15. This is okay. I think there is probably... It probably has a higher price because of some of the parts that are in here, like these tires. I'm not sure exactly if that inflates the price much or not. But, you know, compared to some of the other $10 sets that I'm thinking of, which they did show a few at the back here. So this dolphin and turtle is $10 and I have videos on that. This Super Robot is $10 and I have videos on that. This Fantasy Force Creatures, I believe, was 15-ish and had like 174 pieces or something. So this fits in line with many other Creator 3-in-1s at this scale. I think, generally speaking, there's not a ton of pieces in here, but it's fairly detailed, and I think it's a pretty good model. Yeah, it came together really nicely, I think. I think there's a lot of play potential in here for kind of how many small pieces there are. It's pretty rigid and pretty securely built. So even though this top panel is just clipped on at the back, and then it uses those like inverted candlestick elements at the front, right, this connection right here, and then the clips on the back, like I can pretty comfortably grab it by that. And as I say, it's just it's these two elements here, these kind of candlesticks. I can't figure out how I want this exposed. These couple elements here just go into these elements here, and those are clipped on. And then at the back, we're just clipped on there as well. And that's like a pretty stable connection, surprisingly, to me. So there's ways to grip this. There's ways for this to be played with. And I think more than anything, this is probably like a play model. It could, yeah, I mean, it could display fine if you had other buggies or other whatever, other vehicles. For me, you know, I don't know if this is something that I'm like screaming to display. Now, that isn't to say that it doesn't look good. I think it looks fine. It's just not something that would fit in with a lot of my other stuff. I actually started doubting myself on the color scheme. I believe it's green. I'm just not sure what this color is. It looks like orangish, yellowish to me. It could be lime green. I don't know. And when I look at a picture on the Lego website versus what I have in my hand versus what's on the booklet versus what I see on camera, it's all giving me different feelings here. So it's narrower than I thought, but yeah, I mean, it's only a couple studs wide. I mean, maybe 4 studs in the middle here. A minifigure could be put in here pretty easily, and it might look okay. So this may be minifigure scale, even though these wheels are large, just to the comparison here. Here's a minifigure, just a random one I had nearby. So some big wheels. If I pop this minifigure in here, let's see if I can sit them down. That's almost right on the money. And if these fold down, even with this character's headpiece or hat or wrap, there is still some clearance there. So this set does not come with a minifigure, but one could easily be placed in here, which I think is very good. Whoops. So, and they can be studded down, and I think that adds a lot to it. Actually, the fact that can be done is pretty important to me. And it feels like it fits right, whereas like the vintage motorcycle and even a little bit like the street racer set, I didn't think like a minifigure could really go in those and work properly. In this, I think that's really, really doable. We get, yeah, some nice detailing on the door using these vent elements, kind of almost they vaguely greebly, but some other detail or exhaust or something. This is a really neat part that works well in here. These are cool. I don't know if I've had these before. It reminded me of an older piece, but I don't know if they had this kind of 90-degree bend here into a Technic pin. And those are on there good. I thought they were going to connect in a slightly different way, but they're good. They don't have a ton of movement because they get blocked. This is on here. It's adjustable. We can kind of figure out how we want that to be, what angle we want that to be at. There is a little bit of, I think it's called rake or whatever, like this, if it's on flat ground, does have a little slant forward, and this if it's flat here, can mirror that or kind of accentuate it a little bit. So there's a little bit of, choices can be made there. Same with these lights up here that are just clipped on the top. From the back, nothing too crazy back here. It's a little boring back here. Could have maybe used different detail. From the front, this is looks about right to me, except for it being narrow. And in some ways it does feel maybe too narrow, but for the scale and for like the fact that a minifigure can go in there, hands reach the steering wheel, and it look normal. I guess if it was much bigger than this, maybe it would feel different. So I'm kind of conflicted about it because like the wheelbase at the back here is so wide. And even at the front is so wide, but we're just only 4 studs wide in the middle, essentially. But pretty good. I don't know about $15. I would like to maybe see about the other models in this set. I think if I'm comparing it to, well, first, here's the extra pieces. Very basic extra pieces here. Good that they're there. If I'm comparing this to other models kind of at this scale, at this price range, so the vintage motorcycle I think only had 120 something pieces for $15, so less than this, only 2 tires. I really did not like one of the alternate models for that. I thought it was particularly bad. And I still ended up liking that set. I liked the colors that were in there, and I did like those tires a lot. I mean, these are good. They're really solid, which is nice. I think they're good for play for sure, and good because a minifigure can go in here, which just might not seem like a big deal, but I think really separates this to a different tier in a lot of ways because it is kind of compatible with the minifigure. So my gut feeling is this is going to be okay. I mean, I still might wish it was a little bit cheaper, 12, 13, maybe 10, but I guess it's sitting at 15, and it is kind of in line with other $15 sets that are in the Creator 3-in-1 line. So that's not too bad. I'm not thrilled about the color scheme necessarily. I think there's maybe a lot of different colors that it could be, choices that would look cool and look good. The one they landed on here is fine. But yeah, this is okay. And there's some interesting parts. Nothing too complex. This is rated for 7+. I think that is probably reasonable. There's some small parts, but it should be easy enough to build and easy enough to play with. So this is a pretty good main model and a fine little set. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like other videos on my channel, consider subscribing to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO content I will be doing here in the future, including a video about this set, but making one of these alternate models, this front loader, skid loader, whatever, making that and reviewing that model, and then another video looking at this ATV, which I'm particularly excited about, even though that may use the least amount of pieces. I'm not positive. So subscribe so you don't miss those. And until next time, thanks. Bye.